Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Bommer 2100-603. This is a 3x3 full surface zinc plated screen door hinge, spring hinge. There's a bit of tension set on this, so I'm going to loosen that right now. And since I'm going to do it, let's just go through how you do that. Jumping a little bit ahead normally where I would give this part of the spiel. To set the tension, and there's a image below this video showing the template, which shows everything important dimensionally about this hinge. But let's go over setting the tension first, since I'd like to remove the tension to show you this hinge properly. You're going to get a tension rod. You're going to insert the tension rod into one of the holes in the tension collar. And you can see inside of there's that tension pin. And as soon as I pull it out, that tension pin just got loose. So I'm going to let it fall out of that hole onto the desk. It did indeed fall out, and that's what your tension pin looks like. Okay. Now there's no tension on that spring, and I can show you this hinge a little bit better. So it's a full mortise, pardon me, it's a full surface hinge. As you can see, there's no swag on the hinge leaves, and that's just intended to be surface mounted right to the door and frame. Okay, that's what the 2100 is by Bommer. It's a full surface single acting screen door hinge. That link to the template below this video shows everything important dimensionally about the hinge. We won't beleaguer all the points here, but let's just go over it now. It's 3 inch, and that's because the leaf height is 3 inch, just the height of the leaf. You've got an overall width of 3 inch as well. That's where they're coming with the 3x3 part of the part number. There we go, 3 inch. The 603 means that it is in the zinc finish, zinc plated finish. Zinc plating is as you might know, is a good corrosion resistant sort of coating plating to put on a steel hinge. So that tells me that probably going to be used in an exterior application, or somebody just wants a chrome type color and not, which is in a zinc is typically less expensive than a satin chrome finish. Now, setting the tension on this, tension collar, pardon me, tension rod, tension collar, rotate clockwise. And then into those new holes that you reveal there, you'll be able to insert your tension pin. And it's a bit hard to do, but we'll drop it into there anyway. That little hole goes into one of those, that little end goes into one of these holes. We'll stick that in there. Then we'll release the tension, and it'll hold there. And then you can continue to crank that over and get more tension out of these. Can be used for either a left hand or a right hand door. Always mount the tension collar up and always rotate clockwise, okay, on the tension collar. Screws and a complementary finish are included. There's enough there for 2 hinges because this client's order has 2 hinges on it. This is for wooden storm doors, screen doors, light doors. Bommer doesn't have a listed weight range for this, but 20, 30 pound sort of range. 2 is typically enough. I'm a fan of 3 spring hinges or more spring hinges because you can kind of set the tension on multiple hinges better than oversetting the tension on the top hinge. Meaning the top hinge is the one that does the majority of the work. Okay. In order to get the door to close, you might have to turn the tension up on the spring quite high, meaning to get enough inertia through the closing cycle to get it to actually get to a closed position and overcome the resistance of a latch bolt that may or may not be there. If any of that's an issue, then you might consider more hinges, or you might just be cautious or only do 2 or maybe even 1 if you've got a hinge compatible with this axis of pivoting. I'm going to add more if you feel that that's necessary. Available in several different finishes on the website. And the last thing I'd like to point out to you is the Bommer logo there that you can see. See if we can trick the camera to focus on that. It doesn't like the lack of contrast without the color there. Anyway, it says Bommer. Whether or not you can, yeah, you can probably see it. Right above it, it says Made in USA. The fact that Bommer is quite proud of, as am I, to represent them. If you have any questions on the Bommer 2100-603 single acting spring hinge and a zinc plated finish, or any other Bommer product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.